Hello, I am so excited for today's video because we are playing with the Colourpop x Animal Crossing collab. I'm so proud of myself for not saying times because that's how my brain always reads collabs and my husband always corrects me. Anyway, I love Animal Crossing and I knew I needed to have this collection. I didn't really care what it looked like or who launched it. Animal Crossing pretty much got me through quarantine, and even now it is my favorite wind down kind of activity. It's what I always default to at night. I'll throw on a true crime podcast, usually My Favorite Murder, and I will play on my island until I get tired. I'm going to show everything, swatch everything, and then I will put something on my eyes, on my cheeks, and my lips as well. It is a full collection. If you're excited for today's video, please do go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get into it. So as for the bundle, which was $125, this is what you get. I got some stickers. I will be putting these to use very soon, I'm sure. I love to cover everything in stickers. And then the 4 palettes, they came in this little cardboard box with some of the villagers on there. These were a little smaller than I expected them to be, just at first glance, but I still think it's pretty good value. I think they were 15 each or 60 if you got them all together. I'll correct myself here if I'm wrong. I'm gonna swatch everything for the eyes, and then the lips and cheeks we will do later on. So first up, we have Labelle of the Ball, which is the little purple palette. Able Sisters, Taylor's Ticket, Custom Design, which is the one I think I'm gonna wanna use today. And then Serene Sable. And the 4 of those. And then Nook Ink. Yes, Yes. Made in the Shade. CEO. And Water Landing. Five-Star Island, Isabel, Island Time, Island Designer, and Resident Rep. And then lastly, What a Hoot. Automatically, Celeste and Blathers are some of my favorite characters because I love owls. Meteor Shower, Celestial, All a Flutter, and Who. And then the last 2 things for the eyes, there is this Glitterly Obsessed. It is called Billionaire. I am not going to swatch this. I own 2 of the Glitterly Obsessed. One of them I've used one time, and the other I've never even opened. I think I bought them like 2 years ago. The one that I haven't opened is called Eternal Sunshine, and I only bought it because that's one of my favorite movies. So I know I don't need this, and a friend of mine really expressed that they wanted it. So I'm going to give this to them, but I will show it. And then the Balloon Pop, which is a Super Shock Shadow. I have to say that slowly because otherwise I will get very tongue twisted. These are something that I do reach for pretty often. I own several of them and they're just so easy to put on your finger, throw them on the lid and go. The outer component, and this looks like a nice bronzy shade. I may or may not use this today. We'll see what happens with the rest of my makeup. Super pretty. You guys could only see my desk right now. The formula so far is pretty similar to other Colourpop formulations. The mattes are prone to fallout, but super pigmented. I always really like Colourpop's formula. Their shimmers are always gorgeous. I don't often use the more glittery shades, and that's what a lot of this collection did feature, the pressed glitters, but I'll have some fun with them eventually. We'll see what I use today, like I said. And I know for a fact I did see a lot of these are labeled as not eye safe because of that. So the only thing I have done so far is my brows, but I am gonna put my hair back real quick before we get started. I actually have a super cute Animal Crossing sweater, but it is white, and I am definitely not going to attempt to wear that while applying makeup. I'll probably put it on towards the end. To prime my lids, I'm just going to use some of the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Concealer. And although I won't be applying the rest of my makeup today, I do always have it in the description box. If you watched my last video, I almost said last video, it was a shop my stash, and I will be using a lot of products from that. I'm just going to use Celestial as a base. Lots of Kick Up. Leaning a little more mac and cheese. I thought it was going to be more neutral in the pan. I'm going to take some of the Serene Sable. I'm probably going to do a little halo eye today. I've been doing them a lot lately. Really tapping my brush off. I'm just going to do this in the center. And then Water Landing, which is the deep greeny teal shade. Pressing that into the outer lid, and then I will bring it up. Same thing on the inner corner. I'm gonna blend the teal. And then I think I'm going to deepen up the purple in the center space. I laugh almost every time I film because I bought this really expensive lighted mirror. It's Ricky Ricky is the name of the brand, and I never use it. I always just use my handheld. And then Serene Sable one more time. And then, as I said, I know I want to use the custom design shade. I'm going to probably just do that with my finger, if I can fit it on here with these nails. It's a little more translucent in the center where you can still see my lid color. I'm going to build that up again. I'm going to try it damp on this side and see if I can get more coverage. So that is what I have so far. I am probably going to apply lashes, maybe a little liner. I haven't decided yet. And then I will do my base. I will be back to try out the blushes with you, as well as the lipsticks. What are these called? They're not quite lipsticks. These are the Just a Tint. And I probably will also be using these with a lip liner because I'm going to want more pigment than what these provide based off other ones that I've used. All right, I'm back. I actually had to take off all my foundation after I started because my skin is so flaky and it was such a mess. So anyway, that took longer than expected. I am going to try out this blush before finishing my under eye. Two shades here. This is Flower Powder, Power, and Flower Tender. I did open these and I did notice there's little flecks of glitter, but it doesn't look like anything too intense. There's the adorable packaging and the inside of that one. That's usually the kind of shade I would reach for, but I think I would actually use this one today. Flower Power packaging. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go for the pink. The glitter in it is very fine. I can see the glitter picking up, but it's not anything too obnoxious. Typically, I hate having glitter in my blushes. My makeup is breaking up here. I think that more has to do with the setting powder that I used. And then oh no. So, that little highlighter that I had in my Shop My Stash, the Jouer one, and I said it was probably about to break. It just did, all over me and my desk. Different highlighter, the Natasha Denona Super Glow, also in my project pan. I still have highlighter all over me. This is such a mess. I was kind of surprised they didn't do a highlight for this collection. Under eye, I'm taking Water Landing, that teal shade on the inner and outer. And then the deeper purple. And then just because I didn't use this palette yet, I think for the inner corner, I'm going to go, do I want to do Isabel? No, I think I'm going to do Island Designer. That is a glitter shade, so I'm going to see what it does just damp. I usually wouldn't do the glitter if I was going to be wearing this all day. I would be a little more concerned that it might get in my eyes. But because pretty much immediately after this, after I take some photos, I'm gonna work out and take a bath, I'll be taking this right off. I don't really mind so much. I definitely want a bright liner. I have this pastel one from LA Girl. I think I wanna use blue. I have an aqua one. I think I'm gonna try the pastel. I love the LA Girl liners so much. If you haven't tried them yet, if you're looking for a bold liner, this formula is so good. I have all of the original ones, and then when they launched the pastel, I had to pick up some of these too. Before I swatch the lip colors, I'm going to spray a first layer down of the setting spray. My ride or die. Okay, and then we have all three of the Just a Tints. This one, the first one, this is called Fruit Roots, Peach Surprise, and then Orange Cutie. These have a little bit more of a pigment than I thought they would. Maybe it's just the ones that I own. They're not quite as pigmented. And then we have the Pick of the Bunch set. Incomparable. These smell good. And then Coconut Juice. And then this one is the Fruit Basket Duo. Cherry Cherry. And Juicy Apple. Which I think is the one I'm going to go with. I think it pairs nicely with the blush. I'm going to add a tiny bit of liner. This one is from NYX. It's in my Shop My Stash as well. And here is the completed look. As for my final thoughts, the only thing I'm actually thinking about right now is the fact that I am pretty sure I'm sitting on a chunk of highlighter and I'm thinking about having to clean up this mess afterwards. Before the actual products, the eyeshadows did not disappoint. Exactly what I thought they were going to be. No true difference from any other Colourpop eyeshadow palette that I've tried. I do like the fact that they came out with 4 mini ones instead of 1 big one. I do wish there wasn't so much of the glitter formula in there, the glitter shadows. I just know I'm not going to use them as much. I threw it on the inner corner today just to show it, but I know I won't usually do that. Like I said, if I was wearing it throughout the day, I would be afraid it would irritate my eyes. I would much prefer to have more mattes and shimmers in my palettes than so much glitter. I didn't have any issues blending them. As far as the blush goes, I think the color is really pretty and I look forward to trying the other one. If you were intimidated by it or afraid of it because you saw that it had glitter in it, it is really fine, and now I really can't even see it once I put my setting spray on. I don't see it in a mirror either. And then with the lip tints, at first I was like, oh, there's 3 of them. I don't need all 6. I have a couple of those already. But the colors that they came out with, there was quite a bit of variation in them. And I didn't expect it to have this much pigment. So I'm actually glad that I got them. It is a nice formula. It's very glossy. It's very light feeling, but not sticky either. I'm happy I got this collection. I knew I would be. Let me know down below if you got it too, or what other things you're excited for, what other makeup releases you're looking forward to. If you play Animal Crossing, I meant to say this earlier, come visit me. I just finally finished my island. It's been like almost a full year now, and for the longest time I'd say I'd had like 90% of it done, but I just finally finished the last bit of it. and I'm so proud. It took me so long. It's definitely my favorite part of playing the game is just designing everything. So if you want to visit or you want to be friends on there, let me know. We can exchange our codes. If you enjoyed this video, please do go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see me and more of my remarks, please subscribe if you haven't already. I thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you soon.